special food in Dong Hai Island. Morning, I went out for breakfast and I could see the gate of the island. I could see the gate of the island and the people went the mainland by the ferry every day and then 300-meter way the go and coming uh, carrying many people. I said hello to the owner of homestay who had a drink of next cafe, and then I went to the gate of the mainland, the island named Dong Hai Island, and I found out a small vendor who sells banh mi, special bread in Vietnam. And then I bought a banh mi. It's about 10,000 Vietnam dong and then VND, 10,000 VND. And then I wanted to ask to the owner about the transportation from Dong Hai Island to Nha Cang Saki in the ferry station to the Lissom Island. So, and then I went to the cafe and I sat down next to the seat with the owner. And then I had the I bit banh mi. I ordered the coffee, cafe, coffee with the milk ice. And then I asked him about transportation. I asked him if there was a bus to the island to the um, Nha Trang Saki ferry station at the Quang Ngai. But he told me, and then there was no bus, only way to booking taxi. So, and then I asked the price of the taxi. The distance was 55 kilometers from Tomai Island to the ferry station to the Lisson Island. Then he told me about 6,000, 600,000 Vietnam dong, 600,000 Vietnam dong. I think it's expensive. And then the only way to the distance and the long distance, so and then it was okay. The owner of cafe and then brought me to the cafe soda and tea. Tea was a mm, traditional China bottle and then a small the cup. And then I drank the tea, mostly the enjoyable to drink the tea. And then as well as drinking coffee, Vietnamese coffee. And then I drank, and I talked with the owner. When we talked, the owner of the homestay said goodbye, and then I talked with the owner of the man of the cafe, and then there was a black dog which was unaware of the um, uh, crowd, dog crowds. Then and he called it. I asked the dog's name to the owner, and then he said to me that the the name of dog is Mung. And then I was confused about. I tried to call him. I tried to call him, and then Mung, Mung. Then I remember then Mung Mung is in Korean, the calling when the barking in sound in Korean, Mung Mung, but the meaning of Mung and congratulation or the wishy. There are so many different sound, the different meaning in languages. I thought about it. And then when the owner told the name of the dog was recognized, it called him, and then he went to the owner, and then the owner told the dog to sit on the chair, and then the dog jumped on the chair and small chair, and then sat on the chair. It was a small, interesting moment. After drinking the coffee and tea, I went to the small restaurant next to the restaurant. I found out a woman selling the squid, fresh squid. Even I saw that the squid. I asked her how much is the 1 kilogram, and then she told me about 190,000 Vietnam dong, VND, well, VND. So, and then it was expensive than I bought the squid at the market, fish market. But uh, the squid was alive. And then I thought, and then squid was alive. And then she sold the squid. And then I think so she tried to sell about the alive one or the mixed one. Anyway, so in the fresher than before what I bought then. So and then I went to the restaurant. I bought a small noodles in Vietnamese rice noodles with it, and then I ate. And then while I'm eating, I could listen to them with what they talked. They made a joke always, and then asked some question about it, the same question. And then it was good time to local area to try to learn about the Vietnamese and then listening to. When I came back, I bought uh, 50,000 Vietnam dong, 50,000 Vietnam dong for the script, and then small, about maybe 250 gram uh, for the script. And then I brought it and I dropped by the small shop to buy beer named Fuda. Fuda was originated in Phuet in Vietnam. Then I came to the homestay, and then at the kitchen I cooked the squid, and then better than taste what I had before. I used the numam, and now I'm eating the squid, boiled squid with the numam, special fish sauce, mm, numam, special fish sauce, special fish sauce with um, a couple of beer. Then I wrote about in my voice, and then about the special food, and then they in the morning uh, session about the story. Okay. Now I use my content here, simply copy, and let's go. In English, you may content of about special food in small island, about the morning story, all the story after proofreading it. Then I can use AI, even though I got a lot of mistakes in pronunciation. Not only practicing speaking in languages, English, and but also creating content about the story, and also checking out the newly function of AI. This way, quite recommendable when we use AI to learn. Let's read it. A morning story of a special food on a small island. Early in the morning, on Highland Island, Stone High Island, I went out to look for breakfast from the homestay. I couldn't really see the island gate, but I could see the ferry route. Every day, people travel between the island, mainland by ferry from about 300 meters away. I watched the boat coming and going, carrying many local people. I said hello to the homestay owner who was sitting at a cafe next door with a drink. After that, I walked for a tour the small mainland area near the Donghai Island. There, I found a tiny street vendor selling very special Chinese bread. It was simple, local, and only 10,000 VND, cheap, warm, and perfect for the morning. The wind was strong, but atmosphere felt calm and real. Later, I wanted to ask transportation. I went back to the cafe and sat next to the cafe owner. I ordered iced milk coffee. I asked him how to get from High Island to the ferry station in Guangzhou, which connects to the another small island. He told me there was no bus, only taxi booking was possible. The distance was about 55 kilometers and the next taxi price was around 600,000 VND. It felt expensive, but considering the distance that the lack of public transport it made sense. And the cafe owner then offered me tea. So in a small cup from a simple bottle. Drinking tea, the was surprisingly enjoyable, quite slow and peaceful. I realized how different tea feels when you drink it without rushing, especially after coffee. Outside the cafe, there was a black dog lying in the cool shade. I asked the owner the dog's name. The name sounded familiar to me. It reminded me the word in Korean, which can mean celebration, wishes, and blessing. It made me think about how sound and meaning change across languages. When the owners called the dog's name, the dog walked over, climbed onto a small chair, and sat there calmly. It was a small but memorable moment. After finishing my coffee and tea, I walked to a nearby restaurant and market area. I met a woman selling squid and the rest of the price. 190,000 Vietnam per kilogram. It felt expensive, especially since some squid was alive and some were mixed. I decided not to buy there. Instead, I ate a small bowl of noodles at a local shop. While eating, I listened to people talking and joking with each other. It was a good chance to run about the local drive, just watching, listening, and being present. On the way back, I bought from 250 grams of squid for around 50,000 VND from a street store. I also stopped by a small shop to buy a local beer called Buddha beer. And back at the homestay, I cooked the dry, I cooked the squid in the kitchen and ate in a special local sauce, Numa. The taste was simple but deep, much better than I expected. Sitting there eating island food, I had just to go and cook myself. I felt how meaningful small island morning can be. This is not just about food. It's about time, people, distance, small moments that make island life special.